Hello everybody on YouTube. Hey, today I'm going to show off my new pistol. It's the Smith&Wesson M P Shield. Bought this gun last Saturday. Wasn't intending to buy it. I actually went to go get a car CM9. Had the guy bring it out from the bag, filling out my paperwork, and I kept hearing this guy talking about how good this pistol was. So I looked over. I could tell it was a Smith&Wesson M P, but I noticed it was real skinny. Asked him what it was. He said it's the new Shield. He said, "Man, you ain't heard about it?" I said, "No, I hadn't." So I asked to look at it, man, and after looking at it, looking it over, checking it out, pulled the trigger, I said, put the car back and give me one of these. So my local dealer, they had 3 of them, and I bought one. I don't know why Smith&Wesson really didn't advertise that they had this thing out. They kind of snuck it out on people. I didn't see anything on the SHOT Show or anything on YouTube until after I bought it. But I'm glad I found it. Let's do a safety check on it. Magazine's out. Chamber's clear, nothing in it. Well, what I like about this gun, and I haven't shot it yet. I've been working, so I hadn't had a chance to go out, but next few days here, I'm going to get it done. But the trigger is, every gun I've looked at, had, I kept saying I wanted something with a good smooth trigger for range and something good for carry. And I think this is it. The trigger, they say it's, I'm not sure, but they say it's 6.5 pounds, but it feels lighter. But there you got this little take up, snap, and a good reset. I mean, I like that. I even want to do it again. Look at this. I don't know. That trigger feels great. It's slim. I measured it to be 0.95 in the width, which is right on par with some of the other slim pistols I've had. What I like about this gun compared to the others, I've had the Ruger LC9, which I have here with me, I'll show in a minute, and the Taurus PT740. And I also, my current carry before this one was Glock 27. I like Glocks. I like the Glock. I shoot the Glock real well, but it was a little wide. I wanted something smaller, and this was it. Similar, good trigger, like the Glock. I don't know, just the way this pistol looks, it's great. Well, anyway, everybody that's familiar with the Smith&Wesson M Ps, or pretty much know about this one. This one's just a little bit shorter. Of course, the new addition to some of the M Ps, you got this little safety here on the side, which I don't particularly care about safeties, but it's so hidden that I really don't. It don't bother me to have it up there. It doesn't stick out. It's a good, on and off, so it's no accidental thing. And look at the sights on this thing. I'm getting a little older and the sights are a little hard to see. But look at them suckers. Golly, they're big, bright. I bought pistols where you can't hardly see the sights. And this is great. Oh man, look at that. This is a good feeling gun. It feels good in my hand. I can grip it real well. Oh, it's nice. Okay, my first carry pistol that I bought was the Ruger LC9, and this is a good carry pistol. I shot plenty of rounds through it. Let's do a safety check. Nothing in the chamber. Everything empty. Chamber indicators out. This is a good pistol. As you notice, this got a safety too, but it kind of sticks out, which it doesn't really bother me either, but I never did use it. This was a comfortable pistol. It was just that I kept telling my brother about, I'm looking for a pistol that I can go to the range with it and have a kind of like a Glock-like trigger. This one here has a kind of a double action trigger. Let me get these shells out of this magazine. It's empty. This gun will not fire without the magazine in it. Everybody knows that. That's looked at this, but that's not too much of a biggie. But it's got a long trigger, and the reset is really that second snap up towards the front. But it's not a bad pull, but it's long, and it's hammer fired. But look at the sights on this one. That's one of the reasons why I shot good with it, but I couldn't really see. Look at the dots compared. I don't know why they coned them in, but it makes it tight. But the dots are so small. And of course, I hadn't found any replacements on the LC9 yet. At least I haven't. But look at that. The width on these are about the same. I think the Ruger is actually a little bit skinnier. I think it's like .90. This one's like .95, but you can't really, you can't really tell. Not really. But it's real slim, and I think it makes it look a little smaller since it's a little beveled here around it. And there you go. This one has a little peephole for a chamber indicator. This one has, loaded went up. A lot of people don't like it. Didn't bother me. I didn't care. It stick up. I knew it was there for sure. But look at the width. It's hard to, these guns are almost alike. Now the only thing I can tell is that, the barrel, I can't really get a good angle on it, but the barrel is actually a little bit longer on the Smith. Just maybe 1/8 of an inch longer, maybe. I'm not real sure. But this was a good gun, very reliable. And I commend Ruger for, giving 2 magazines with their guns. A lot of these gun companies, I don't know why they're getting so cheap, but they, the prices are going up, but you're getting less. But they give you two magazines with it. But I just wanted something with a different trigger. That was the only thing I didn't like about it. It's got a good feel. My hand fits on it real nice. I like it. Okay. Now, the Smith, I like them too. I appreciate them for putting 2 magazines with it. You get 1 7-round and you get 1 8-round with the extension on it. And this one compared with the Ruger, they're about the same length. This feels nice, real good in the hand. Whole hand fits on it if you want it that way. I think actually I'm gonna start do like Hickok and just use the flat base, low profile. Since I've been shooting my Glock, I'm used to shooting without my pinky on there anyway. So I think I can handle this gun without any problems. Okay, now comparing this now to the Taurus PT 740 Slim. Oh man, good gun. I don't care what people say about Taurus. This is probably my 5th Taurus that I've had. And this is all the Tauruses I've bought. I clean them up, take them to the range, and never have any problems with them. I had to send one 40 caliber back a couple years back. There was something rattling in it. But I sent it back. Man, it took maybe, I think 2 weeks. And they sent it right back. Said the problem was fixed. But even though the gun was rattling, still never stopped. I didn't have a problem with it. I was just concerned with what was in there. But this is the 740. Safety check. It's clean. Now this is a good pistol. Good carry pistol. As you can see, I modified this one. I got a fiber optic red front sight. Oh, that looks nice. I got this idea from a guy on YouTube. I can't recall his name, but if you punch in, Taurus limb and look for, I guess, search engine for a front sight, you'll find his video on what he used and how he put it on there. Wish they made something for the rear, but can't get it all. But this is a good gun compared to this one, the Smith. I mean, they're same width. Look at there. Good gun. I would trust my life to this one. All three of these that I have here are good guns. Never had any issue out of any of them. Well, except I haven't fired this one, so we'll see. But this one here, good gun. Also had the PT 709. Made me get the 40. And now this one here has a little different trigger. I don't know if some people like it or not, but let me fire it off there. Okay, the first round, of course, you got this little take up. You get the full pull, and it's real. Man, I don't know what this trigger is. I would say 4.5 pound trigger. It's real light, and the reset is, I mean, it's shorter than the Smith actually. And then, but you get this single action after you fired your first round. I mean, it's real short strokes after that. So this is a good gun too. I like it. Takedown is similar to a Glock. Pull it back a little bit and take it down. Simple. Taurus really did a good job on that. They got the chamber indicator similar to the Springfield style. They got the Glock takedown, kind of a Glock-like trigger. I would say more like a SIG kind of setup with the double action, single action. It looked like they got pieces of different guns, ideas from different guns and put it in their gun, which makes it pretty good. But like I said, Taurus is good. They give you 2 magazines with their gun too. Like I said, man, I don't care what people say. Taurus, they talk bad about it at the gun store. They say, oh, it's a piece of junk. Well, man, you have to really own one. Now, the only thing Taurus is bad about, they make all their stuff in-house. So, sights, stuff like that are hard to get. Magazines are a little hard to find. But their customer service is not as bad as what people say it is. I don't believe all that. It's got the 1911 style. It's got a safety on it too. But like I say, I tend to like the Smith safety because it's really out of the way. This is only intended for you to use if you really want it. And I don't really use it, so they kept it low profile. But even though these stick out, this don't bother me at all. So, but in comparison, this is a good gun. And takedown, you got to bear with me here. I've only taken it down a few times here, but it's of course cock it back, swing this down, which is real stiff. Let it go forward, and here you have. And man, I don't know. It looked like folks at the gun shop had took mine out back and shot it a few times. This looked more like a one shot at the factory. But anyway, the recoil spring is something new. This is, I mean, it's, the captured spring kind of set up like a Glock, but it's kind of spiral. That looks neat. I like the way that looks. I don't know. That's something different. The other guns just have just a little plain spring, but this is some sort of spiral setup, which probably, I don't know, we'll find out how it performs. But like I say, takedown's pretty simple. A little different than a Glock. There's the barrel. Which, now, the only thing I can say about Smith, and I don't know, like I say, I hadn't shot it yet, but this feed ramp here, it looked like they could have polished it up a little better, because I still see black from the where they, you know, I guess did the finish on the barrel. I don't know. This could have been a little highly polished. Now, Taurus, when you look at theirs, it looked like their feet ramp has got a mirror finish to it. But, you know, that might not have anything to do with nothing. So, this is the way it looks on the inside. Striker fired. Pretty good pistol. I don't know. When I took it apart, now they didn't have any, you know, there wasn't much to clean. It just had a little oil I had to wipe off. No big deal. And this is the inside here. I don't know. A little more complicated than our Glock. The Glock is real simple. This one has a little more springs to it. I see a spring up here by the trigger. I guess that's the trigger return spring. And there's a, what else did I see? I saw something else. There's a spring here. So it's got, I see 2 springs at least. So I don't know exactly how to, if this one takes down like a Glock. After you knock the pins out, will this whole assembly come up? But I'm not going to worry about that right now. I'll wait for somebody else to do a video on how to take it apart. But slide back together. Put the leather down. And there you go. Oh man, I can't wait. Yep. Can't wait. Let's see. I was going to say if this is ambidextrous safety, but I mean mag release, but I don't think it is. I think it's only for right-handed. Someone will correct me if I'm wrong. But I don't know. I got it. I just hope when I bought it for $4.49, and I don't know. That's suggested retail. Later on, I'm pretty sure it's going to be lower than that. They always get you when the gun first comes out. But I had to have it. I like it. Alright. Smith&Wesson M P Shield 9mm. Thanks for watching.